Designs. Welcome to S&C Custom Designs. All right, we are going to continue our episode on making this bandsaw box. This is the bandsaw box completed. This is my one I can just sort of throw around the shop. But a customer placed an order, so we have to make one now. So watch the previous videos on YouTube. By the way, subscribe to our channel if you like what you see. Hit the bell button so you get reminded of videos that we make when they come out. We're going to do at least one a week. Please help us get from 133 subscribers to 1,000 by February 2018. We get monetized, and every little bit of helps, so we appreciate that. Just spread the word if you don't mind. All right, enough of that. So now, before we assemble, right, go to the assembly part, which we're going to do now, a little bit of that. We're going to go ahead and glue up. That was me getting rid of the dry glue. We're going to go ahead and glue up the unit. You don't need a lot of tools for that. Toothpicks, I highly recommend toothpicks, and I highly recommend some paper towels at hand. So that's really all you need. And a ton of clamps. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a little bit about the pre-sanding. There's some sanding that you really want to do right away. Okay, imagine putting this box, this part here, together, and then trying to sand the inside. Okay, that's going to be tough. Okay, so what you want to do is sand as much as you can now and save the pain later. Okay, so if we look at what we want to sand now, it's going to be the back side of this, because this is the back, and the inside of this. And we're going to do that on the oscillating spindle sander. Okay, so that's what we want to do. And we're going to want to sand the inside here. Now here's a caution about sanding. You don't want to sand, okay, the parts that go back together where they were cut from. So for all intents and purposes, you want to just try to draw an imaginary line here and just sand this part here. So you're going to want to do that right away. Here's a piece of sandpaper. Let's do it. Okay, you will thank yourself later on that you actually did this while the box is apart. Okay? And remember, you don't want to sand the outside where it's going to be connected to the other pieces. Just get to the parts that are in the back here, like this. Okay? So we're going to do that real quick. Now you may be tempted to want to just take this and come over here and sand it like real quick. It'd be done. I can do with that with the back part, but if you remember what I'm saying, you don't want to sand the parts that are going to be glued up. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm just going to do a little bit more. Not super critical that you get this entirely 100%, but I just saved myself a lot of heartache. Okay, you can see there's some area here, but I can sand that easy enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this up. So this will be the main part. Oops. And another thing is, I'm going to want to get that glue that just went everywhere on the inside. And I will do. So I tend to put too much glue on and smush it out. Okay. And then just clean it up. Okay, so let's set her down. And you're going to want to do what I call hand clamping at first. What's hand clamping? Just push the pieces together, compress them like this before you actually clamp them. Okay? Because when you clamp them, the pieces tend to move around, and if you can hand compress, it actually starts bonding right before your eyes. Okay, so this is something that that you'll learn through time. Okay, I got my water here. Trust me, I'll be giving this baby a bath shortly. I want to get all that glue on the inside. You want to get that off. There's time. It's not like it's super glue, right? But there'll be time to get this off, but you do want to get it off. Okay. So this is what you learn over time. I used to just clamp things right up and then come back later and discover I have to do the project all over again because it moved on me. So again, you want to look at it. Remember, the beauty of a bandsaw box is that the pieces are cut from themselves and put back together. There's a little bit of an illusion going on. When you show your customer your bandsaw boxes, they just can't figure out how you did it, because it looks, for all intents and purposes, it all came out of itself. Okay, so we'll just grab a few clamps and start clamping it down. Pay very close attention. As a matter of fact, put your eye on the grain as you're clamping it. So let's do that together, okay? Let's watch very intently that things don't move too much on us. How are we doing? We're doing good? Or as they say, just to the south of where I am, how you doing? Doing all right, huh? Okay. All right, so now we're going to squeeze this guy here. Again, look at this area. It's very important, because this stuff magically moves on you, okay? Don't want to squeeze too much, my friends. The glue needs to be there when all's said and done. All right, so where's our next point of gluing? How about let's go here now. Okay, so let's try to maximize the surface of the clamping that we got going on here. How are we doing? Let's re-verify that everything is still good. Can't tell you how many times that this stuff magically moved on me. You think about it, there's a lot of pressure that you're applying here. And before I get too far along, we're going to watch what I do, guys. Watch this. I'll swirl around the water. This is not the end of the world, okay? I'm going to get that glue out of there. Get it out now. You guys who've been doing this and gals who've been doing this for a while, you know what a pain it can be to try to get that glue out once it's all dry. You're not going to. I have in the past chiseled the glue, and then I compromised the wood. You know, it's not really where we want to spend our time. And there were times I had to just start a project over again. All right, now this is not as critical as it can be. It's the inside of the box, but you want the customer to look at your work with wonder. Okay, you just want them to scratch their head and say, how did you do that? Okay, so let's make this wood look like it did before it came all apart. All right, so now obviously we can sand anything on the outside, but you want to get as much of the glue off as you possibly can now. All right, are we done clamping? No, we're not. I'm going to clamp every area that I possibly can for this project. Okay, now watch this. See the wood coming out there just a little bit? Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about what we got going on here. I might even sneak another one in there, and then another one. Sometimes there's so many clamps on the project, I can't even see the project. It's kind of fun. All right. Okay, you see there's a little bit of glue that came out there. Okay. We should play some bets here, huh? How many clamps is he going to put there? Okay. Feeling good about this, my friends. Feeling pretty good about it. So I think I'll call it a day with that piece, with this piece. Okay, once again, look inside. How are we doing in there? I might just go ahead and pour more water in there. Swish it around. This is my wood shop. I can just do this. It is not a problem. All right. Okay, so we've got this guy here all glued up. Again, look, you can't even tell that thing was apart. And let's see how much skill I have here to set this guy here. I'll set it here just for a little bit. It's winter time here. It's January 31st to be exact. And it's a little cold down in my shop, so let's give that a little bit of heat. Let's come on over to here. I'm not going to take your time at this moment, but the same principle applies. Sand everything that needs to be sanded before you get locked out. So for example, we'll do a little bit. How about that? Let's do a little bit. I think I need electricity. All right, my friends, that looks a lot better. You'll thank me later. All right, so we got the inside of this sanded. Same thing would apply. We want to sand that before we glue it up. But I'm going to let you go. You've been patient to watch this much of it. And remember, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you like what you see, subscribe to the YouTube channel, SC Custom Designs. Hit that bell, please, so that you're going to be notified of any new videos coming up. In this case, we have a series making this unit. Okay, so this evening we cut it out of a piece of block. We went that far. And now we're assembling the pieces. Sorry, I'm moving the camera really fast. And so there you go. So isn't it fun to learn? So thanks for stopping into the shop. Y'all take care. And come on back and watch again. Bye-bye now.